Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. I just got done making this reverse canvas project using canvases from the Dollar Tree, and I filmed it and edited it. If you want to see how I came up with it, just keep watching. So here we go. Okay guys, so I've always wanted to do a reverse canvas project. I think it's a beautiful way to display your projects with the frame inexpensively. So I went to the Dollar Tree and I purchased two of the 8x11s, and I already got those painted blue. Now I decided at last minute to go ahead and bring you guys along on this project. So I went ahead and I pulled out a 5x7 to show you how to remove the canvas from the frame. Here I have my box cutter and I'm just cutting it away from the frame. You guys, there's so many other girls that do this so much better. This was my very first time. And I knew I wanted to do thankful and bless. And I was going to use my 5x7 to do the and part, but I changed my mind. Now I got my bigger frames painted blue. Now I'm going to paint my 5x7 white. See, there we go, it's white. Now I'm going to distress it. I'm going to distress my blue one's white and my white one blue. There we go. This voiceover is so different, you guys. I'm telling you what. Here I'm showing you my blue container where I mix my paint is broken. So bye girl, you got to go. Sorry about that. If you noticed in the beginning of my video, I actually had gloves on and I took them off when I wasn't done painting. I was very upset about this. Trust me, girls. I'll show you here in a couple of times. Now here I am. I'm going to go ahead and just dry brush this. It really just takes one good swipe as long as you don't have a lot of paint on your chippy brush. I love this look. I think it looks very farmhouse, and I don't know. It just looks high end to me. So here next, oh, I forgot to paint a whole section of my frame, you guys. So I had to paint it, go back, and then I took my heat tool to dry it so that I can move forward. There on the bottom of that frame, you can see it's a little bit more blue than I would like. So I was trying to blend it back in. It really didn't work that well, but it is what it is. But you guys, I was so upset that I had paint all over my hands. My goodness. So here we go. I'm going to distress it a little bit more. I got my hand sander and my popsicle sander, and I love the way that looks. Now when you're sanding, you got to clean up before you move any further or you'll get sand dust on everything. So I got my handy dandy little ladybug, and if you see there at the bottom of the screen, there's a pile of dust, and look how she just sucks it right up. Man, I'll tell you what, the best money I've ever spent. I love that little ladybug. I use her in the kitchen on my table for crumbs. She's amazing. I love her. Now, this frame, I'm going to go ahead and lay out my canvas and try to attach my frame to my canvas. The trick is to get it tight. A lot of girls use hot glue, but I all these tricks for some reason went out my head when I went to go try to do it. And I don't know, it just didn't work out that well. I was having a heck of a time. And like I said, it was late at night, and I thought, you know what? Everything's going wrong. I got paint on my hands when I was wearing gloves, and then I ran out of staples. So I said, that's it. I'm going to bed. Here we go. Night-night. So here's the next day. Now, I seen in my pack that I have thankful, grateful, and blessed, and I laid it out the way I wanted to, but I wanted it to stand on its own. So I grabbed a 5-gallon paint stir stick, and I thought, you know what, this would be perfect. Perfect. So I'm making my navy with the Nautical Folk Art and ink by Waverly and mix them in really, really well to get that dark blue. I've done it a million times by now with all these projects. Then I went ahead and painted my paint stir stick so that I could have a good base, but I didn't like the knob at the front of it. So I got my miter box and my saw, and I went ahead and just took that baby off. It was so easy, you guys. They sell this miter box at Walmart, Amazon, so many different places. It's a wonderful tool. Now here I am. I'm watching Ladies of London. It's a really good show. It's on Bravo. And obviously, I got to try this guy so I can distress it as well to match the other project. Now, I left this extra clip in here so I could just say thank you so much, you guys, for the support on me trying to do project shares with you guys. It's really difficult. It's not difficult to edit, but I feel like I edit the clips and then have to do the voiceover and don't have enough time. Gotta speak quick, blah, 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 blah. And it's hard. So anyways, I'm going to get my frames in position to see how I want to do it. And I had this idea in my head, but it just really wasn't coming out the way I thought it was, but it still turned out cool. So I'm going to get it set up the way I want. That paint stir stick was perfect for those 3 frames. It was just enough width, It was perfect. So I'm going to use wood glue and hot glue mix for the long term and short term hold. Get my first one and my second one set up. Then I'm going to add the little one. And then I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to tack it there in the back so it can hold just a little bit of extra hold. I had some glue oozing out, so I went ahead and cleaned that up a little bit. But there I am tacking it. And I just wanted a little bit because I didn't want to ooze out. Look at this. What a beautiful base to do anything with. I mean, fall, anything, regular home decor. I was excited about this one. So I'm going to lay my words back out. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the grateful because I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to embellish it. So I knew I wanted my leather leaves in there from the Dollar Tree. And I knew I wanted my burlap leaves too. But I wasn't sure how else I was going to do it. So I tacked down my leaves after measuring and still didn't get them even. But it is what it is. It's homemade. So I'm looking through my stash and I'm seeing what else I want to use. Now I have this little bucket that I've been putting all my little bits and bobs, all my fall stuff in. So when I'm making these projects, I can pull that bucket and get what I need. Now I love the look of these. This came off of a pick and I only had 2. Then I decided, okay, I'm going to put the 2 together and make it look fuller. And you'll see that here in a minute. And then I'm going to put some bits and bobs in there just to make it a little bit more fall. Just digging through that bucket on different picks that I had. In fact, I think there was like 2 different picks that I pulled from. So here I am adding the burlap leaves. And then I'm going to tack those down using, what's that glue called? Beacon Fabri-Tac glue. So that's the first time I've really used that glue. That Linda uses it a lot. She swears by it, but I like it so far. So here I am. I'm taking both of those leaves. I'm like, I like the look of it. I knew I had raffia and I can match it. So I went ahead and did this, took some of this tape and taped them together so that I had a more base to glue on. And then here I am getting my raffia because I wanted to make another one for the other side. And then I was thinking to myself, you know what, this doesn't match. Crap. They're kind of a different color and the other one is a little bit more thicker raffia. So I had to undo those, which was fine. It is what it is. I was able to control more of what, get it more fuller and add more raffia to make it fuller and make it even on each side. So I went ahead and I bundled up that raffia and then I cut it into pieces so that I could separate the bundle and make them even on each side. So that's what you're seeing me do here. And then I'm going to go ahead and tape the raffia together with the other pick so that they just, obviously I have more surface to glue. They stay together. They don't run away on me with me moving around the project. I thought that was a better idea. So there I am just using masking tape to tape it off. Then I'm going to do the second one. And it was crazy because once I laid it down, I was like, yeah, that works. But it just felt like it really needed something more. Now the raffia, I love the look of it. I wish I would have incorporated it a little bit more into some of the other projects, but I'm glad that it was able to at least make it on this project, right? So I go ahead and tape it, and then I'm going to stick them in there, and I'm going to make sure that's what I want. Excuse me, guys. And then I have some beady, like some pits and berries, and just from different picks that I've pulled apart. I wanted to match on both sides. Excuse me. I wanted it to match on both sides. So I took both of those and laid them out. There we go. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, this looks right? No, something needs to happen with these words. These words don't match with my decor that I'm going with. But yeah, we're going to have to paint them. So I went ahead and took off the words, but I love the base. Still looks really good. I love how that turned out. So I got this trick that's coming up here from Kathy Jo. And you take masking tape and you tape it down with the sticky side up so it'll hold whatever you're painting in place. And I'll tell you what, it worked like a charm, y'all. It really did. She uses it for beads, just a bunch of different littler items that you have to paint and you don't want it sliding everywhere. So I did a couple of coats on my words and I went ahead and used my heat tool in between to help it dry. And now this orange It's a wonderful orange, don't get me wrong. But I want it to be more rustic. So I'm going to add some brown to it. And then I'm going to add some red to it. So just a tiny bit, mixing it all together to get the color that I want. It actually ended up being about the color of what those leather reefs are, but it matched. It looked a little bit better than just the neutral. So it matched the project a little bit better. So I'm going ahead and painting both of my words. And with the magic of editing, we got them both painted. Look at that. I love editing sometimes. Okay, so I got my words together. I'm going to bring my base back out, try to clean up my station. I recently went to Home Depot and bought I think it's called masking paper. It was fairly inexpensive. I think it was like maybe $1.97 a roll, and you get so much of it. So I want to clean up my surface just a little bit. And here I'm going to go ahead and tack down my words using that Beacon Fabri-Tac glue. And it does dry clear, and it doesn't leave strings like hot glue. I'm just not sure of it just yet, because when I did my fluffy pumpkins, some of this stuff didn't seem too secure. Now, I haven't glued down my grateful word yet because I don't know how I want to embellish this. And I'm thinking, you know what, it looks great the way it is, but it really could add something more. So I tried a bow, I tried flowers. I think I even came back with a different kind of bow. There you go, which was cute. Looking at it now, it's really cute. But I don't know, it just didn't set with me. When I added the raffia and the picks and the leaves, those were like, yes, instantly hit. Yes, wanted it. There are some of those shabby fabric flowers I made. I was really just trying it all, and I said, well, the heck with it. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, and then we'll see what else I can do. So I tried to bring back those flowers, and you guys, I was struggling. I just really thought it needed something more. And you can see I keep trying different things, but it just didn't pop. I mean, I thought, you know what? Maybe sometimes more is or less is more. You know what I mean? So that's what I end up doing. I even tried this mustard and navy bow, acorns, like you guys, everything. I kept going back to that bow. It really just wasn't it. So I was like, you know what? This is going to be it. This will be it. So I glued it down, and that's what I stuck with, and I love it. You have got to tell me what you think down below. I will leave everything linked that I can think of. Bye, guys.